our diagnostic study through a structured questionnaire. It is called bottom-up approach. What has been happening till now, in my observation, is that government at various levels decides that this is what projects are required in villages. That is called top-bottom approach. We are adopting a bottom-top approach, where the village people are saying what they need to change. So, if I have to give examples, in most of the villages where we have conducted these interviews, we found people are saying we need the open drainage to be closed, we need roads to be better, we need schools to function well, we need library, better library, we need physics laboratory for 10th class. They say we need the doctor to regularly visit the primary health center, they need regular medicines in the health center. They say employment creation is a big challenge because youngsters are leaving the villages. The moment they graduate, they leave the villages. So villages are bereft of youngsters. So that is a pain point of the village. So these are the kind of challenges in most villages come forward, but different villages have different sequence. For some villages, healthcare is a major issue because that is not really very good. In some villages, healthcare is good, but education is poor. So in every village there is a different challenge, and the beauty of this program, Smart Village program, is that we are listening to the people of the village. It is not that we are deciding what needs to be done. They are deciding that what they want to be done, and that is how we are following, and that is why I believe that the acceptance of the people is high and they are themselves participating in the program because it is their voice which we are implementing. The Smart Villages initiative, which has been started in US, by Dr. Anil Shah. Under that, we have right now 62 villages adopted in 19 states of India. However, we have started working in 14 villages till now, that is since November 2017, for the reason that we start the village work only when the person who has adopted visits the village. And me and my team, we spend 2 to 3 days with the person in the village, scanning the village challenges, meeting young people, meeting school children, meeting the hospital doctors and nurses, meeting middle-aged men, women, interacting with elderly people and trying to find out their pain points. And based on their pain points, we then, through a questionnaire, map the entire village's pain point. For example, if there are about 1,000 homes in a village, we would conduct 1,000 interviews. We would not do a sampling, we would do 100%. And then based on the responses which they give, it is a very scientifically drawn out questionnaire based on our 20 years of experience of doing similar work in very difficult countries like Afghanistan, and based on our learnings and best practices. Then we input this data into a computer and we try to find out 10 top pain points, and then one by one we start solving them. The most incredible part of the entire program is I didn't expect that the people participation will be so much from the village. I thought we will have to drive the project and we will have to really push people, but what we found out that the way we presented during the launch, because whenever we started any village program, our idea that we will only start in front of the adopter really worked well. So, for example, whenever we start, so the person who adopts is there and we interact with 200, 300, 400 people of the village in a school or somewhere, and at that time we spend 1 to 2 hours explaining what we want to do. That becomes a very strong starting point, and they get our trust because we always say that we will be doing all the activities with your support. The most challenging situation is also related to people. So the moment we explain our entire project in complete 1000 days program, the expectation of the people of the village goes very high. What has happened, I feel, is that after even 70 years of independence in India, we have not really been able to bring about the change which should have come in all these years. And a lot of people have promised change time and again, and it has not happened. So, particularly in the village community, they do not really trust that something will happen. However, in our program, because they found that this is a very professionally driven program and with a very clear idea from day one where each and every home is involved. That is why we take every home interview. So there is nobody who is left out. And this gives them the hope that some change is going to happen. And that hope to us we feel as the biggest challenge, because they then start expecting things to move very fast. To balance it, we have from day one said that it will take 1,000 days for us to convert it into smart village. Because all activities are divided into three parts. One is short term, one is middle term, and one is long term. So we define these three as short term is something which we can bring change in say 3 months from the day we start the project, and medium term is 1 year and above, and long term is 3 years and more, 2 years or 3 years and more. And this we clearly lay out, and then we feel that there is a balance, and so expectation of the people is the biggest challenge.